I'm Ron Meepos. I'm a member of the Rancho Mirage City Council, and I want to welcome you to my personal Shangri-La. Do all of you realize how difficult it is to follow a glib attorney when you're a CPA? Because my experience is sitting at a conference table telling my clients what to do. Anyway, I do want to thank our hosts. They have been so wonderful with this. When Dana and I were elected 8 years ago to the City Council, it really was a dysfunctional City Council. There was only one person on it that took an active role in things. And I don't know how many of you remember the waste management debacle of about 8 years ago when the City Council voted to fire waste management, buy trucks, and do all the garbage and rubbish collection by the city, which would have been a horrible disaster.
Yeah, my name is Sam Spevak, and I've known Ron Meepos for 8 years now. Surprisingly enough, I opposed his election the first time he ran. I was backing the candidate that was running against him. But was I ever wrong? Because Ron Meepos has been one of the best representatives this city has had in my experience, and I've been here for 30 years. But when Ron joined the council, he has done such a great job here that I think he's among the best that I have seen. And
there was only one person that voted no, and he then organized citizens and meetings, and believe it or not, Alan Seaman got the council to reverse themselves and save millions of dollars that would have been wasted because one person on the staff and one city councilman did not like waste management.
That I am overwhelmed by the knowledge and method in which Ron conducts himself within the framework of the City Council.
When we got there, it was also dysfunctional because the mayor's job was one that was rotated every year, but it wasn't really rotated. It was voted on by the council. You couldn't succeed yourself if you were mayor, but 3 people on the council could continue to rotate it among themselves while 2 were out. So what the city council members did at that time is every 2 years they'd look for candidates to run against their opposition, so pretty soon they would elect somebody and be part of a 3-person majority. Alan, Dana, and I talked to the rest of the council. We put it on an initiative, and it was voted on by the people overwhelmingly, and now we rotate the job. So there are no longer any politics about who gets to be mayor.
My husband, the former Mayor Pro Tem Alan Seaman, supported him. He worked with him for 8 years, and they were a terrific council. So I hope everyone will support Ron.
I've known Ron for 17 years from Los Angeles before he came to Rancho Mirage. And I can tell you the city is privileged and blessed to have his abilities on the city council, and I look forward to his re-election.
Dana talked about the budget and our financial problems. I'm not going to talk about them anymore because you've heard what they amount to. What I did as mayor, is I created a budget subcommittee of the council. So where before the staff, the city manager and his people would give us a completed budget and say, well, if you want to make changes, go ahead, but vote on it. We now, 2 of us, are part of the budget making process. And then we have a study session to explain our report to the rest of the council, and then we vote on it. So it's a much more effective budget, and we have a better insight into what goes into it.
We're here to endorse Ron Meepos, who's been a terrific councilman for Rancho Mirage and has seen the growth of the city under his domain. I would hope that he's around for a long time because he is one of the best councilmen that we've had in Rancho Mirage.
The city staff hires auditors. We have the same, and we actually still have them now, but we had the same auditor for 15 or 20 years, same firm. And what happens is twofold. If they find any errors that other than fraud, They discuss it with the staff, and city council never hears about it. If they find any failure in the systems, they discuss it with staff, and the city council never heard about it. And in addition, the staff auditors that would be out there auditing our records became friends with the city staff. They'd go to lunch together, and they never wanted to get anybody in trouble. Well, what we did, Richard Kite and I are now the audit committee. We hire the auditors. They work for the city council. They don't work for the staff. And they have to report any problems to us before they discuss it with the staff. And finally, they're required under our contract to rotate their staff auditors. That means the younger people that come out and do the work, they have to rotate them every year, so it's never the same people twice. And that has given us a cleaner financial statement. As a result, we get better forecasts and better budgeting. And we're now a team with city manager, who happens to be probably the best city manager for a city of this size in California and maybe in the United States.
I'm here to support Ron Meepos and Dana Holbert because they've done such a fine job in the past. I've been in lots of cities, and the city of Rancho Mirage runs better, more efficiently than anyone that I've been acquainted with. And those two have been a good part of that. Ron has been great in the financial part, and Dana certainly in annexing the casino and that land. That's certainly been very good for our city. And I urge all of you to vote for Ron Meepos and Dana Holbert.
We became a team. The council became more than a team. We became a family. And Dana didn't mention them, but there's two others that are part of that family, and that's Richard Kite and Gordon Muller, who is currently our mayor. And the four of us respect each other, work well together. We hope we're re-elected again, and that the final fifth person that's elected, because there'll be at least one new member, is somebody that will work well with us and become part of that family and keep us going forward the way we have. We managed, the last word about finance and about anything. Together we took all the money that had been accumulated in the years. We never had a deficit. And this city never had a deficit ever since incorporation.
During the years that he's been here, we've been surplus. Even with the worst economy that we face in these days, he is looking forward to make it up whatever is lacking. I mean, who could be better than Ron for council to be re-elected?
Next year is going to be a deficit, as Dana mentioned. We had $67 million in our general fund. We took it out, we put it into reserves, and said that money can't be touched except in a real emergency, an earthquake, a fire, something that really takes a lot of cash. And it won't be used for shortfalls if we have other options to cover those deficits. And I think we do. I think we can very carefully, without cutting any city services, we can cover the deficit.
He's an excellent councilman and has very good judgment. He's a CPA by education, and he crunches the numbers perfectly for Rancho Mirage, especially in these economic trying times.
And I support Ron Meepos and Dana Hobart. I think the city of Rancho Mirage needs not only the experience they bring, but their dedication.
Ron Meepos, City Council of Rancho Mirage.
Here's my lovely wife, Lucy. I'm Ron Meepos. I'm a member of the Rancho Mirage City Council and a CPA. Our city has always had operational surpluses, but commencing next year, we will begin to experience ever-increasing deficits. I believe that my professional background and my 8 years on the City Council make me uniquely qualified to continue working to solve the city's problems. It's been my great honor to serve my fellow residents. I'm running for re-election. I hope I've earned your vote. Thank you.